Mishra, Chairperson. I want to welcome you all to our first ever National Twitter Conference. I welcome our respected Dean, Dr. Durgambini Patel ma'am. Durgambini ma'am has a specialization in legal methodology, cyber laws, science, and technology. I also welcome our respected faculty co-conveners, Dr. Paranaz Mehta and Ms. Khyati Nayak, also Ms. Deepika Changani ma'am, and all our participants and observers. The theme of this conference is Demystifying Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain, a multidisciplinary approach. So every age has its scientific discoveries and inventions, but today's scientific advancements have the power to impact millions of lives globally every single day. Such is the progress made in the field of artificial intelligence, better known as AI. There's also a noticeable surge in the field of AI because science and technology is trying to create a super intelligence that can outperform many human beings, not just in repetitive tasks, but also in complex cognitive activity like decision making, problem solving, etc. Blockchain technology also helps hundreds of industries worldwide. But there is a danger here. What if AI, through some change or chance or misjudged human calculation, acquires smarter intelligence that can control human beings or wreak disasters unheard of? This is why it is vital to do extensive research in this area to know more about the potential problems in this field. Hence, we've organized this event to instill an active interest in people's mind towards this field and provide a nudge to research in this arena. Our host for the day will be Kratichi Nunia, the HOD of Communications. The session's briefing will be provided by Aryaman Roy, the HOD of Public Relations. Now, I hand the mic over to our respected Dean ma'am to provide her insight.
Good afternoon, everybody. And conveners, to create this kind of a space on Twitter. It's really very interesting. So, and friends, all the students who have actively enabled this thing to happen, this Twitter conference. And conducting this. Well, post-pandemic and more so with the eventual growth of the technology, that you have used Twitter, the space of Twitter to will otherwise it's difficult in a city like Mumbai to come together and uh, divulge or to speak up. Am I so? Okay. Sorry, friends, due to the network problem, I had to shift to a different place. So I was just stating that we should use these virtual spaces for more and more interaction in future, so that we get remain socially and intellectually connected. Well, let me tell you, we all belong to the discipline of law, and law is a very any area of human life, whether it is our personal life, family, or technology. With reference to wherever there is an invention of a technology or a development, a scientific development, the presence of law becomes very, very significant, because every scientific innovation a, a boon as well as a bane. So the function of law in this area is to shun the bane and to augment the boon. Okay, so law is very relevant. There is a role of law so that the existence of human being is not challenged and the technology is used for ethical and moral purposes. Same is with uh, AI. AI, which is also called as machine learning, has intelligence, has memory, but it will not have the cognitive capacity which human mind has to have compassion, understand things in the context of facts and circumstances. Because any machine learning or any use of technology is a mechanical process, and you can't deal human life with that kind of a mechanical process where there is no compassion, there is no rationality, and therefore the process where technology and science is being used, whether it is science, whether it is law of criminal law, or whether it is the understand the role of law in every sphere of science. And AI, though it is artificial intelligence, it cannot be substituted altogether to human intelligence. You may have, for petty things, you can delegate it to artificial intelligence, understand facts and circumstances, have understanding of the human feelings and cognitive abilities which are not there in machine. So AI has its own limitation. It may be a facilitator for human life, but it or human mind, but it cannot be a substitute for human mind. Understand that as law, that as a lawyer, that you can't substitute altogether AI, and it has its own limitations. So demystifying this, what are the boons and what are the banes, and what law is required to shun the bane and to augment the boon. This is what they are going to see with reference to AI. Now, again, coming to blockchain technology, it's a technology where blocks of data are chained together and you create a kind of a virtual currency. This currency, for the purpose of the trade, what we are now in, the international trade, it is essential that you have such kind of virtual technology because we carry out our businesses in virtual spaces. But it is essential that along with the technology, there may be uh, certain negative aspects or certain demerits or certain things which may lead to exploitation or corruption or or conducting or carrying out an offense which needs to be curtailed through law. So, with reference to AI, its role and limitations, and where law needs to interfere to put a check and balance on the use of AI. Similarly, with reference to blockchain chain technology, where what can be permitted, what cannot be permitted, and to what extent to be permitted, the regulation of law is needed. And in this context, the process of demystifying is being discussed, and I'm really very happy. It's very contemporary, current, volatile, and needed kind of a discourse. And I wish you all a very good luck and look at it in a very pragmatic, objective way. However, by having sensibility and and compassion as a lawyer, where we want to protect the rights and want to recognize certain duties which all netizens must follow. So thank you and giving me this opportunity. Welcome and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that. The Department for Technicals shall grant the same. The order of the speaker shall be as follows: Team CC1 first, Team C and the sub theme that they have selected. As the speakers will be presenting, the team's Twitter thread will be shared. Thanks to my co-head Vaishnavi. Everyone here has a good time during the conference.
Good afternoon. I'm Pratichi Nonya. I'm the communications head of the Cyber Cell. I will be your host for today.
artificial intelligence techniques which can combat comes under the sub-theme artificial intelligence and cyberspace. So, with the advances in information technology, criminals are using cyberspace to commit new distributed and internet computing raise important questions about information security and privacy. Cyber infrastructure, computer intrusion, misuse of intellectual property rights, economic espionage, online extortion, international money laundering. Humans in fighting cybercrimes. AI emerged as a research discipline in July 1956, but it has evolved in to discover the essence of intelligence and develop intelligent machines, or the second way, as a science of finding methods for without applying your some intelligence. Example, making right decisions based on large amount resources shows that AI techniques in the application of AI to cyber defense, we are cyber more interested. For instance, neural networks are being applied in to stimulate intrusion detection and intelligent human behavior such as thinking, learning, reasoning, in planning, denial of services. Classic rather than AI techniques such as heuristics, data mining, neural networks, and applied to new generation antivirus technologies. Some of these ideas use intelligent agent technology.
Excuse me, 3 minutes.
Mobile intelligent agents can travel among collection points to uncover suspicious cyber activity. Stated by Wang et al. State that the future decision making software. So, for the future work in enhancing IDPS, unsupervised learning algorithm and new techniques will be considered together to create hybrid IDPS intrusion detection. Moreover, combating all kinds of AI techniques will become the main development trend in the field of antivirus technology. At last, the fast development of information brought many conveniences into our lives. However, it also caused issues that are difficult to manage, such as emergence of cybercrime, as we are faced with increasing number of and variety of cyber crimes. Application of AI technology are already being used to assist human in fighting cybercrime.
In around 40 days, and although ruling can be overturned by human judges, no appeal was brought in around 98% of the cases. Two further internet courts have now been established in Beijing and Guangzhou, while judgment for judges to review in certain cases. Even where AI does not make decisions, it is being used around the world to assist judges in reaching conflict between different parties. There are mainly four types of dispute resolution: negotiation, mediation, arbitration, and litigation. A starting point with dispute that the negotiation process faces. In such cases, other dispute resolution remedies are considered, such as mediation, in which the parties involved in dispute come to Good afternoon, guys. So I guess there was a technical issue. So the development of artificial intelligence in dispute resolution apparently represents the evolution of simpler, less expensive, and effective resolution method. Using technology in legal process is to ensure that there is more fairness, less violation of any basic rights of rules. Keeping in mind the valuable times of parties involved in the process, AI could be used to speed up the resolution of lower value claims, freeing up the court time to consider larger value and more difficult cases, and enable claimants to rapidly and affordably secure an enforceable judgment, as it is obvious that dispute resolution is a faster procedure than litigation. Therefore, artificial intelligence could be used in lowering the amount of documentation by quickly assessing, selecting, and summarizing the relevant documents whenever required. Artificial intelligence can now make our work much easier by stacking up thousands of files and information into just one database. In dispute resolution, there has to be a plethora of factual information of case, of clients, to know their background for other legal processes. Here, artificial intelligence would ensure that in less time, more important information of the case is well articulated and stacked, thus ensuring less chaos in the process. Some of the other advantages of artificial intelligence would be greater consistency. It would not have any leaves or off days. Also, the artificial intelligence is independent of the influence of human relationships, connections, or financial interests that usually influence human decision making and cause bias, injustice, or irrationality. The most important aspect which dispute resolution process covers is that the judge or the mediator is expected to be unbiased towards the parties involved. A human, on the other hand, is known to have emotional capability, and there is a chance for him to be biased towards a particular party. For instance, maybe in a marriage dispute, the counselor may be biased towards a certain party because of his personal experience or opinions. However, with artificial intelligence assisting the mediator, the session would be neutral and decision making would become a lot more efficient and effective. Now, the question is that can artificial humans it is still a highly debatable question, but as of now, what we can know of artificial intelligence is that it is capable of assisting the humans. Many argue that artificial intelligence could never work in case in which the judge has to decide which witness is telling the truth, as artificial is essentially driven by mathematics and has nothing to compare with the intuition and gut that a human being has. And parties could find it difficult to rely on the verdict of artificial intelligence given by utilizing algorithm due to lack of rationality and secrecy. But developments are being made in this field. The emotional recognition system of artificial intelligence could be worked upon to match the level of psyche or reasoning of human beings. However, one of the primary problems with artificial intelligence issued judgments is that they don't give any justification, making it
Partners
impossible for the
Aniket
parties
Jangit
to
and
comprehend
Govind
how
are here
exactly the decision
to
was made.
express our
And it is
views on
argued that
artificial
dispute resolution
intelligence
are
and
successful
self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are also known as autonomous cars or driverless cars, works on sensors, radars, and artificial intelligence to travel. Artificial intelligence continuously collects data on road conditions, traffic, and commands. The sensors work accordingly. Artificial intelligence is one of the leading companies on the model of artificial intelligence used in self-driving cars. The growing rate of artificial intelligence and of the leading examples like Tesla clearly shows that artificial intelligence driven cars are the future and would definitely hold a great market share in future, as even companies like Mahindra are also equipping the features like self-parking and auto reversing, etc. But the case here is that if a artificial intelligence car or self-driving car met an accident, then who would be liable for the You have
accident?
2.5 minutes left. Thank you.
The liability on the entity person varies a lot during the time of accident by a great market self during car. Who's the one to blame? Owner, software developer, manufacturer, or hacker? The drivers of the car might be unaware about the fact of the artificial intelligence failures because they were dependent.
Nebha, you will have to start again. Just tell me when you're ready and I'll set the time.
Ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay, your time starts now. Okay, so here I am to present my views on self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are also known as autonomous cars or driverless cars. Nibha, which team are you from? Hello, can you hear me? Team 6, did you finish your presentation?
No, that only I was confused. I have not finished, but I thought someone else has started.
Okay, Alvia, I will start the timer from where you stopped. You had around 3 minutes left, so you can
Yeah.
continue where you were from, and I'll give you 3 minutes more. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. However, one of the primary problems with artificial intelligence issued judgments is that they don't give any justification, making it impossible for the parties to comprehend how exactly the decision was made. And it is argued that dispute resolution are successful because of the mind games and human lawyers and professional plays. Now, machine may or may not end up settling the
Hello,
dispute on desired notes.
ma'am, is
The
it my
difference
turn?
between what goes the difference between what goes in front of the eyes and what happens in the back of the mind can be best solved by humans. This is what differentiates
Ma'am,
humans
is it
from
my
machines.
turn? This is Nibha, it's not your turn. Let Alvia speak. When it is your turn, I'll tell you. She hasn't finished her presentation.
Yeah. So artificial intelligence could assist the process, but for now, the biggest challenge of psychological interpretation of the situation and how to respond to varied emotion can be better understood by humans. However, as technology is advancing quickly, we cannot ignore its influence in the field of law. The optimum course of action would thus be to consciously use this transition for advancement of legal profession with a well-designed vision, perfect strategy, and responsible execution of policies related to artificial intelligence and dispute resolution. It can be one of the biggest breakthroughs in legal tech. It is crucial to keep in mind that artificial intelligence is neither meant to replace lawyers nor a threat to their economic viability. Instead, artificial intelligence is focused on simplifying, speeding up, increasing productivity, and providing excellent legal services to everyone. The growing trend of people moving to outside court settlement for their dispute resolution itself encourages inculcating artificial intelligence in dispute resolution. And artificial intelligence can be trained to look at things that humans might not be able to understand, like the heart rate, blood pressure, the eye movements, and among other things that could therefore be used throughout the case that would furthering the interest of the justice. In future, it is a possibility that we have robots, mediators, negotiators, or judges. Harnessing the benefits of technology will continue to give practitioners an advantage, allowing them to serve their clients better, as businesses today are demanding faster delivery of legal services, greater certainty, and with lower expenses. Thank you.
Aliva, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Team 4, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so your time starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone present over here. I am Purvi with my co-authors Divyanshu and Rajneesh, and we are here to present our topic Artificial Intelligence in Judiciary. So, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a stimulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. Specific applications of AI includes expert systems, natural language processing, and speech recognition and machine vision. Artificial intelligence allows machines to replicate the capabilities of human mind, from the development of self-driving cars to the expansion of smart assistants like Siri and Alexa. Artificial intelligence is a growing part of everyday life. As a result, many tech companies across various industries are investing in artificial intelligence. If we talk about the main differences between artificial intelligence and human intelligence, artificial intelligence tries to create computers that can replicate human behavior and do human life tasks, whereas human intelligence aims to adapt to new surroundings by combining various cognitive processes. Machines, Machines are digital, whereas human brains is analog. Brains computational capacity, memory, and ability to reason are used by humans, but AI power computers rely on data and particular instructions provided into the system. Learning from numerous occurrences and past experience is at the heart of human intelligence. It is all about learning from one's blunders through trials, errors throughout one's life. Artificial intelligence, on the other hand, falls short in regard. Robots cannot reason. Human intelligence is a creation of God. God gifted to humans. Artificial intelligence is created by humans. Intelligence plays a vital role whether in human or artificial. Uh, if we talk about artificial intelligence is a part of judiciary. Many aspects of a people's life are being transformed by technology. Disruptive technology is generating better accountability and shortening the time of litigation in the legal processes. India too has progressed to virtual courts with outstanding legal services since the COVID-19 outbreak. Indian Honorable Former Chief Justice S.A. Bobade has envisioned the employment of artificial intelligence in judiciary. He expresses his joy at the introduction of the Supreme Court portal for court efficiency assistance, SUPACE, during the inauguration speech. E-Court project, a centralized gateway providing link to several initiatives and services provided under E-Court project. It enables stakeholders such as citizens, litigants, lawyers, government, and even law enforcement agencies to access data, information relating to the judicial system of the country like district courts complexes, pending cases, judgments, pending cases of the today as of today. As report says, Union Law Minister Mr. Kiran Rijiju recently stated that in order to implement phase 2 of the e-courts project, new cutting-edge technologies such as machine learning and artificial intelligence must be adopted in order to improve the efficiency of the justice delivery system. What if we talk about what's going on in the world? Digitalization of the judicial system has happened already around the globe in many diverse ways. However, the automation of the judicial system via artificial intelligence and machine learning is still being evaluated and is still in early ages. Major countries like Canada, UK, Ireland, and even the European Courts of Justice have initiated some levels of digitalization like e-filing, e-conferencing, and predicting systems. However, China is taking the lead on automation on the judicial system. In fact, it has already established a new internet code. The code operated based on big data, blockchain technology, and artificial intelligence. So, what do you think about the advantages of artificial intelligence? Reduction in human error. One of the biggest advantages of the artificial intelligence is that it can significantly reduce errors and increase accuracy and precision. The decision-taking power of AI in every step is decided by information previously that shows humans are productive for only 3 to 4 hours in a day. Humans also need breaks, time off to balance their work life and personal life, but AI can work endlessly throughout breaks. Without breaks, they think much faster than humans and perform multiple tasks at a time, which which are with accurate results. Digital assistants, we can easily search and read past cases, which will help us to understand cases in a better way. Technology uses chatbots, which are available all the time for suggestions. Some chatbots are built in a way that makes it difficult to tell whether we are conversing with a human or a chatbot. We don't know. Through technology, it is easy to spot the loopholes and corruption. We will get faster judgments. With the help of AI, we can have fast judgments. Judges to the population ratio is not balanced in our country. Average time a case takes to reach its conclusion in India's top courts ranges between 10 to 15 years, which is a lot of time. What about the disadvantages of artificial intelligence? It is really costly, man. The ability to create a machine that can stimulate human intelligence is small feat. It requires plenty of time, resources, and can cost a huge deal of money. Artificial intelligence also need to operate on the latest hardware, software to stay updated and meet the latest requirements. That thus making it quite costly. Artificial intelligence is a threat to privacy and is susceptible to hacking. When you are using technologies like AI, most of the time you are unknowingly
You have
or
3 minutes
willingly
left.
revealing your private data like age, location, preferences, etc. to the people. People say artificial intelligence is unbiased, but it is not. We can take the example of risk assessment software, correctional offender management profiling for alternative sanctions, which was uh, used for practicing the livelihood of defendants committing a future crime and predicting risk of committing another crime by the defendants. It will increase the unemployment. What about our precious judges and advocates? It has no ethics and morality. It is important feature for our diverse dense forest culture, country with a huge culture and condition of the courts as of now, structural improvement and other investments are the need of the hour. Technology is not yet ready to produce the AI with a skill set that is broad enough for the work of the judge. Not because it is necessary intellectual tasks are too complex to be processed by an AI, but rather because of the work good judges consist of. Mix of skill include research, language, logic, creative problem solving, and social skills. AIs of the near future excel in some of these individual tasks separately, but yet in combining them, just in a general saying, 100 criminals may be released, but one innocent should never be punished. The parallel existence of the AI assistants and human just possess the danger of hidden relinquishments of decision-making powers. In order to prevent this, it is important to discuss in time how AI assistants should be incorporated into judiciary. The crucial question in this discussion is whether to let the AI and human judge work alongside with one another or separate them institutionally. Introducing AI is a highly delicate matter. It requires precautions, patience, rather than hurried efficient optimization at all costs. Most importantly, it requires transparency, divergence between appearance and reality. So, in our opinion, AI can be used in judiciary, but to a limited extent, which is under control. If we talk about the Tesla case in which two men lost their life just because they are not having a driver, it was driven by AI. The car crashed and burned into flames, but we cannot blame anyone. So, with the end, we cannot discuss a
Team 5, you can start now. Just tell me when you're ready and I'll start the timer. Thank you.
travel. They are also known as driverless cars or autonomous cars. They collect data on road conditions, traffic, etc., and command the sensors to work accordingly. Artificial intelligence is one of the leading companies on the model of artificial intelligence used in self driving cars. The growing rate of artificial intelligence of the leading examples like Tesla clearly shows that artificial intelligence driven cars are the future and will definitely hold a great market share in future, as even companies like Mahindra are also equipping the features like self-parking and auto-reversing, etc. But in case if a auto-driving car met an accident, who would be liable uh, for the accident? The liability on the entity person varies a lot during the time of accident, which creates a lot of confusion. Who's the one to blame? Owner or software developer or manufacturer or the hacker? The drivers of the car might be unaware of the fact of the artificial intelligence failures because they were dependent on the autopilot mode. For instance, Tesla SAV hit a white truck on highway just because of the radiation of the sky made artificial intelligence to evaluate that there is no vehicle on the road. Development of feature in the artificial intelligence driven car like autonomous diagnosis which could actually diagnose any prior issues in the car and could constantly update about the system to the driver. Now we will talk about how self-driving cars work. So self-driving cars basically works on artificial intelligence and travel between destinations without any human interruptions. They work on image recognition system. The live example of image recognition system is the face locks in our mobile phones, and they work on machine learning and neural networks. Some examples of neural networks are Boltzmann machine, Hopfield network, multi-layer perceptron, and Cohen network. Uh, Now we will discuss some reasons why artificial intelligence vehicles are not successful in India. The introduction of artificial intelligence vehicles will decrease the employment rate in India, leaving the drivers unemployed. The artificial intelligence vehicles needs proper transportation infrastructure and good road qualities, which are not available in India at the present time. Artificial intelligence car needs proper town planning and wireless connectivity. Poor internet connection and decreased internet speed due to climate changes is a big issue in India right now, as artificial intelligence cars have cameras all over it which can disturb our privacies. Now, this is about how they cannot work in India. Now, we will talk about some disadvantages of autonomous vehicles all around the world. First of all, we'll talk about the data protection. The first problem that arises is that it is connected with the environment 24/7, which leads to the cyber problem of data protection. We cannot protect this much of data altogether. High cost of implementation. Self-driving cars works on 5G networks only, which is expensive, so it will take a lot of time to invest in this network and parallelly investing in the infrastructure development, which is necessary for the development of a country. Self-driving cars are quite expensive and cannot be afforded by middle-class people. It takes a lot of time for them to trust such technology, and people may unlearn how to drive manually. High research and development costs will be applicable. High initial purchase price, maintenance may be difficult and costly. Fun of driving may decrease. Hacking issues, bad weather may prevent technical system to work properly, or maybe technical system got hanged. Insurance issues are so much. People may not be willing to accept this technology so soon. Now we will talk about problems with modern automobile vehicles. First we will discuss about vehicle accidents. Tens of millions people have vanished, their survives, or have converted disabled worldwide in the last 10 years because of vehicle accident. Almost all the traffic accidents are caused by human mistakes. Unfortunately, according to statistics, in the next 10 years, the number of lives lost each year will likely double. Agreeing toward the World Health Organization, road transportation injuries produced a projected 1.26 million demises universal in the year 2000. Source worldwide, it was estimated in 2004 that 2.5 million persons were destroyed in transportation coincidence. Now we will talk about Grand Theft Auto. The term is associated with the stealing of the automobile. This is a major security concern in the entire automobile industry, where hundreds of vehicles get stolen every year without any trace. Property losses due to motor vehicle theft in 2013 were estimated at $4.3 billion alone in the United States of America. As per Wall Street Journal, in India, as per Ministry of Transportation, the number of vehicles stolen is roughly around 1345431 in 2013. Driver distraction, the safety factor while driving an automobile is something that cannot go neglected. Now, there are some solutions with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is pleasing. The automobile manufacturing by Rainstorm, while all the major automobile companies are using their resources and knowledge to come up with the finest. In the similar way, when intellect is applied to the knowledge within an automobile, it will distinguish the atmosphere and evaluate the appropriate suggestion when it traffics or appearances by hurdles. In 2015, the connect rate of artificial intelligence-based system in fresh vehicles was just 8%. This amount is expected to soar to 109% in 2025. This is since different types of artificial intelligence system will be installed in vehicles, driverless cars. The thoughts behind driverless cars was around from the 1970s, so it is not completely new. Artificial intelligence powered cars depicted in pictures over the centuries have continuously taken our thoughts, but the lack of technical brilliance and resources probably kept it from becoming a reality.
You have 3 minutes left. Thank you.
Until recently, eventually, all the factors leading to artificial intelligence shaped up, and now driverless cars have become a reality. Virtually, it is impartial a substance of time beforehand you start to see real intellect in them. The idea is to authorize the automobile to act like a humanoid motorist and ambition finished various conditions. This may complete easy, but it is in not at all method a simple job, since a lot of careful calculation is obligatory. Through methods like sensor fusion and deep learning, researchers could develop a technology that would help build a three-dimensional map of all the activities that happen around the car. Some of the leading tech and automotive giants like Google and Tesla are spending millions of dollars in research to come up with the better technology to make autonomous car a commercial reality. Now, we will talk about driver assist feature. Although relatively few corporations are occupied on fully automated replicas, a growing amount of builders are facilitation in presenting features that assist the motorist without captivating the wheel. Many businesses are taking a cautious method to AI-based features while still rotating out vehicles with progressive safety features. Involuntary braking crashes, avoidance system, ordinary and cyclist alerts, cross-traffic warnings, and intelligent cruise panels are some of the smaller features being motorized by artificial intelligence. The willingness of automobile manufacturers to grow automated cars, transmission trucks, and other automobiles open an affluence of new opportunities. Corporations that can put rubber to the street and revolutionize in this thrilling new bazaar will find asset dollars plenteous. So we conclude that artificial intelligence is great for the future, but it still needs human interruptions for the safety reasons, and especially in India to work. Thank you.
Are you done, Nibha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're done, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm done.
Okay. Now team two, are you ready? If you're ready, just say, then I'll start the timer. Thank you.
Yes, we are ready. Should we go on?
Yeah, you can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Arohi Shrivastava with my co-authors Pragyan, Garg, and Saurabh. My topic is blockchain and associated legal issues for emerging market. Blockchain or distributed ledger technology is a tamper-evident and tamper-resistant digital ledger implemented in a distributed fashion. This emerging technology, which enables direct transactions within a ledger without need for a central authority or trusted intermediary, has the potential to re-engineer economic models and enable the creation of markets and products previously unavailable for unprofitable across the emerging markets. The evidence of new technology brings with it the murkiness of how the legal and regulatory systems of various jurisdictions will treat the new technology. Up until a few years ago, the legal validity and enforceability of electronic contracts were being debated. However, now electronic contracts and digital signatures have found a place in the legislations of almost every state and are recognized by the respective state government. The legislative process for the regulation of blockchain technology have already started. American states such as Arizona have enacted laws providing that records stored on blockchain and signatures made over the ledger shall be considered as electronic records, electronic signatures, respectively. However, India is in the process of introducing a bill to regularize and formulate the manner of dealing with the digital asset and digital currencies through blockchain. While blockchain has potential to revolutionize commercial transactions and business operations, it is important to be aware of the challenges of blockchain technology before jumping in with both feet. So, if you're planning to launch your own blockchain startup, let's look into the legal issues of blockchain companies. First is jurisdictional issues. Being decentralized ledger, the nodes of blockchain can span a large number of locations across the world. This means that every transaction stored on blockchain would potentially fall within each and every jurisdiction in which a node of the network is situated, resulting in an overwhelming number of rules and regulations that may apply to the blockchain network. The system would have to be compliant with all the applicable legal and regulatory regimes. This also makes it difficult to pinpoint the location of the transaction if the particular transaction turns out to be fraudulent or erroneous in nature. Governing laws and the regulations of different jurisdictions vary, including the basic principles of contract and rightful title. What constitutes a valid contract in one state might be void agreement in another state. To avoid this confusion, the law governing the transactions must be predetermined by an internal governance system. This would enable the users to determine the validity of the contracts and their rights and obligations under them. It would also be useful to specify a mode of dispute resolution which is acceptable to all the parties involved. Third, cybersecurity. While the blockchain itself is considered to be highly secure and tamper proof technology, this advantage is neglected if the information is stored on the blockchain is compromised. To begin with, rather than targeting the ledger itself, cybercriminals attack the data input points, which lead to the false or misleading information being stored. A 15-year-old child from UK proved that these type of attacks are possible when he developed a proof of concept code that permitted backdoor access into hard wallets. This method would allow attackers to alter the payment amounts and destinations and even divert payments to their own accounts in an undetectable manner, making it seem like amount has reached the destination wallet. Apart from the above technology, there are forceful attacks which are also potential threats. In most blockchain systems, the majority of processing is carried out by concentrated number of nodes. If the attacker is able to identify these nodes and target them, the ledger would be compromised. Cryptocurrency exchanges are also vulnerable to cyber attacks and denial of service attacks. Fourth is force majeure. This provision of contracts typically cover events such as wars, pandemics, natural disasters, fires, or anything which is beyond the control of common man and the like. However, in the case of blockchain-based system, there may be other legal issues to consider, such as malfunctioning of a smart contract, issues of transferring cryptocurrencies, a party access to blockchain being compromised, etc. It must be explicitly stated whether such events fall within the sphere of force majeure events or whether parties can rely upon them to avoid or delay the performance of their obligations under the contract. An exemption may also be carved out to this provision stating that parties cannot claim the protection of the force majeure provision for issuing results from that party's own default or failure to maintain industry appropriate protection measures. Fifth, intellectual property. The ledger will inevitably contain value and ownership of that IP as an important consideration. Customers may insist on the ownership of such IP, or they may choose to license it for the term of agreement or agree to perpetual license if it is not exclusive to that particular blockchain network. Or they may restrict the ability of the vendor to use the IP on the basis of time, recipients, or the method of usage. The majority of blockchain and virtual currency projects are developed under open source license. Such licenses are typically non-commercial, royalty-free, and impose certain restrictions on the users. Thus it is more important for companies to understand the limitations of the open source
You have
license
3 minutes left. Thank you.
sure, granted them to granted the due to violation of license condition. And lastly, the privacy of data. While immutability is one of the key characteristics which makes blockchain useful, it acts as a double-edged sword. Since data, once stored on the ledger, can neither be deleted nor altered, at least not easily altered, the blockchain is automatically rendered non-complement with data protection laws. The Journal Data Protection Regulation of European Union provides for the right of forgotten, while the California Consumer Protection Act also gives consumers to write the request for their data to be altered or deleted. Further, cryptocurrencies are also through the nature that the data points are not directly connected with a particular point or person or multiple and there are multiple appearances and separate data points of that person can be linked together. Once data is attributed to a person, his entire life system transaction are at the risk of being exposed. This risk is bound to increase over time due to the permanence of transaction history on the blockchain. At last, I would conclude that it is evident from the above that there are number of risk management challenges for any company intending to adopt blockchain technology. However, we have witnessed such challenges before during the adoption of internet, the introduction of e-commerce and electronic records. The key is to identify risk and legal issues accurately and adequately mitigate them where possible. Blockchain companies may also opt for insurance to maintain these legal risks. Since cryptocurrencies are considered equivalent to the traditional assets like securities and money, traditional insurance may cover some of these risks. Many leading insurers also have launched specialized insurance products to cater to the crypto and blockchain market. The advantages of blockchain technology far outweigh the potential risk associated with it, and companies who take advantages of these technology may now repeal its benefit in the future. Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Arohi. Team 1, are you ready?
Yes, sister.
Team 1, are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm audible. I'm ready.
Yes, your time starts now.
Okay, so basically, I'm Bashita from Tamil Nadu. So I now will be presenting on the topic for sentimental analysis for mental well-being. So basically, we usually have sick discussions on over social media, be it over phone calls or like social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and all. So such discussions sometimes unintentionally we might say something that may hurt the other individual. So that individual might go to an extent like getting hurt, like he'll get hurt and he might undergo like many physiological well-being issues, or he might undergo depression. So in order to tackle this problem, we have come up with a website or app that would address this solution. So basically, we'll be having 5 modules, like namely voice conversion module, chat conversion module, AI-based chat conversation, and then a psychiatrist module. So firstly, what happens when the user opens the app? He will he can like make use of the voice conversation modules, like he can record the voice and feed into the app. So what what the app does is it records the video like voice, it separates the video and it converts that voice speech into text, and it applies sentiment analysis, and it will like test whether the voice whether the input is like positive, negative, and it'll apply sentiment analysis and give the result. So next module is the chat conversion module, where the user can chat, and based on sentimental analysis, like again, sentiment analysis will be applied to it, and it will the app will predict if the words are positive, negative, and give feedback accordingly. And third module is AI chatbot. So if the user feels like he's depressed, what happens is like he can interact with the chatbot, and like that chatbot will be like trying to like analyze it will try to gather information from the user regarding the chatbot will ask like, what is your mood today, how are you feeling, like it will ask, and it will try to grab the emotions of the user at that time. And if it finds there's something wrong, what happens, chatbot gives suggestions to the user so as to like overcome depression. And worst case, when the like negative polarity of sentiment analysis increases, what happens, there will be alert signal will be given to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist or well-wisher may talk to the user, and like the alert signal will be given to it. That is all.
Varshita, are you done?
Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Okay, so we're done with the presentations. Everyone was really good, and now I would like the VCP Rai Shahar to speak.
Hi. We would like the participants to just stay in the meeting for 5 to 10 minutes. Uh, you can you can take a short break. We'll just be announcing the winners at the end of the meeting. So please stay back, and we'll be in touch. If there's any queries you have, you can reach out to us on the WhatsApp group itself. Thank you. Deepika ma'am, if you would like to do the honors to speak to the participants and
Arya, I will just present a summary of the event and then Parina's ma'am will be declaring the results. So if I'm audible, I can go ahead with the summary and then Parina's ma'am will be declaring the results. Is that fine?
yes, ma'am, you're audible. You can go ahead.
Okay. When we were a part of the cyber cell and when we envisioned this Twitter conference, we were genuinely very excited and anxious at the same time regarding the uniqueness of this conference. You know, diverging from a highly conventional format of conference to a new one is always challenging. But as we move towards the conclusion of this conference, we are really proud to say that our vision has finally come to life. The rationale of choosing demystifying artificial intelligence and blockchain, a multidisciplinary approach as a main theme of this conference was to genuinely have academic and scholarly discourses on contemporary and burning issues in cyberspace. As we have witnessed various presentations today, we have seen that knowledge has been shared across domains related to blockchain and associated legal issues, AI and its role in judiciary, dispute resolution, AI controlling vehicles in the future, and AI combating cybercrime, as well as translator and transcription mobile apps. I was especially intrigued by the explanations which were given related to interactions between blockchain and intellectual property, or the aspects of open access sources, and how these all discussions create a vital framework in the contemporary realm. We can also see that how this conference has simultaneously helped us witness how innovatively Twitter Spaces can be used as a platform for enriching discussions. But we have simultaneously experienced and learned the technological challenges about the spaces which come with it. We are also very hopeful that this first time Twitter conference will also be a guiding experience for us for conducting a future event with a bigger stature and more ideas. And we are genuinely very happy that innovative, aspect of this whole conference has finally come to life. I still remember that when Dr. Parinas and we were sitting and when we were visioning out this conference, we had our own level of anxiety and excitement. And I think today we both quite agree to this fact that with the lovely student organizing committee we have been able to formulate this innovation into a reality. I deeply thank every one of you for being a part of this conference, for making us believe that if innovation is a key, everything can be done and it can be done in an immaculate manner. So I would now request Dr. Parinas Mehta, Faculty Co-Convenor of Cyber Cell, to take over. Parinas ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, and I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Audible? Okay. Thank you, Deepika ma'am. Thank you so much. And I won't be able to speak much, but I know when we both started with the idea of having a Twitter conference, I personally wanted to have it through tweets and through infographics, but I think my students visualized it in a very different way, and they've conceived that visualization. So I'm very very happy with the success of this first Twitter conference. And I think this is going to be a great stepping stone for us to do it on a bigger platform and have more participants across all the years. I think we had around six presentations. I think all six presentations were really good, considering the fact that the first years and the second years participated with so much of enthusiasm. And I really appreciate their intelligence and the thought process that has gone behind creating those tweets, those infographics. And I think it was just brilliant. But because we only had six presentations and we have to choose one, all were good, but there one has to be the best. So the best one was, and the winner of this first Twitter conference is presentation number 4CC4, AI and Judiciary, Purvi Soni from FYBAA, Divyanshu Singh, SYBAA, and Rajneesh Kumar, SYBAC. I think this presentation had everything. So, right from the way Purvi presented it, and right from the way those infographics were created, the tweets, the likes,
And I think almost everything was there in this presentation. Not that the others were lacking somewhere, but I think this was the best. So congratulations to team number CC4. Y'all are the winner of the first Twitter conference that we held. Thank you so much. And over to the chairperson.
Um, Hello, good afternoon, and thank you everyone for joining us. I'd like to extend my gratitude to Dean Ma'am for joining us and making this event prosperous. I would like to now thank our faculty co-conveners, Dr. Parnas Mehta, Professor Khyati Nayak, and Professor Deepika Ma'am, to for joining us this afternoon and taking the time out from the busy schedule. I would like to thank the participants for to join for joining. Sorry, I would like to thank my participants uh, for joining this event and making it successful. And lastly, I would like to thank my core, starting with VCP Rai Shahir, R&D HODs Aveka Mukherjee, Rashita Nade, Yoshita, PR, Aditya and Siddhant Kumar, and Abby. And lastly, design for putting up such great creatives on our social media platforms. Thank you for joining us.